British warship, British warship. Your ship entered the territorial sea of Russian Federation. Your ship entered the territorial sea of Russian Federation. Change course to starboard. You must immediately leave the territorial sea of Russian Federation. Выполнить предупредительную стрельбу. Выполнить предупредительную стрельбу. Как понял прием? Подтвердить. По курсу Defender. По курсу Defender. Исключить попадание в Defender. Подтверди прием.
Вот вы сказали, что мир стоял на грани мировой войны. Да нет, конечно. Даже если бы мы потопили этот корабль, все равно трудно было бы представить, что мир стал бы на грани Третьей мировой войны. Потому что те, кто это делают, знают, что они не могут выйти победителями из этой войны. Это очень важная вещь. Значит, не думаю, что и мы бы порадовались тому развитию событий, о котором вы говорите, но мы хотя бы знаем, за что мы боремся. Мы на своей территории боремся за себя, за свое будущее. Это же не мы пришли к ним за 1000 километров, прилетели или пришли по воде. Это они подошли к нашим границам и нарушили наше территориальное море.
Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Ba'asham, Yahushai, Ba'asham Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth and who rule well. Peace and salutations unto the Hakim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. God, I'm the brother Quatas of Zion, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Ba'asham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. God, so what you just watched was a brief snippet out of the interview that Vladimir Putin gave about the incident that happened last week, which was that a British defender, a British bomber, came into Russian waters. Let me see, that was this.
Troops, you guys playing that game called Warpath?
Yes.
What's your best unit?
Let me just check the title. Moment Russian warship fires warning shots at UK vessel. Russia has released a video showing a Coast Guard vessel warning the HMS Defender that it was violating the border and firing warning shots at the British warship, challenging London's assertions about Wednesday's encounter. So this is what happened last week. You know that the Russians, they shot firing shots at this British defender, and then now Putin, he comes and he says that of course there wasn't gonna be a World War III, of course not. But even if they would have hit the ship, it wouldn't cause World War III. And the thing that they were doing is they were defending their city. They're defending their country. They're defending their space, you know. And they're not the ones that are going into countries and, you know, making it unsafe for people there. They're only defending their habitat, their dwelling place, basically. So yeah, man. So this was a British warship. But America and Britain, they're like this, you know, because America came out of Britain. And let me start with this scripture. Let's go to the book of Daniel. Daniel 7. Let me start at verse 8. This is Daniel 7, verse 8. Now let me start at verse 7. After this I saw in the night visions, and behold, a fourth beast, dreadful and terrible, and strong exceedingly, which this fourth beast was the Russians. It wasn't the Russians, it was the Romans. Slip of the tongue. and it had great iron teeth. And what represent those great iron teeth? That represents their military might, you know, the great iron teeth. It devoured and brake in pieces and stamped the residue with the teeth of it, and it was diverse from all the beasts that were before it, and it had 10 horns. So these are the Romans and their military might. They were diverse from the kingdoms before it, you know, from the Assyrian and the Persian and the Grecians, you know, that came before them. These Romans that are still in rulership right now, mind you, you know, it looks like all these things are from the ancient days, or that these things don't exist anymore. But the people that are in power right now, those are the Romans. It's the Roman revived empire that we're living in right now. And they're still, they still have their military might, you know. But this was different and diverse from the other beasts, because they didn't have this might and these chariots and things like the Romans, because the Romans are actually the Edomites, which are the descendants of Esau, Edom, and their blessing is the sword. So they come with that rigorous rule. They come with that military might that is their blessing. You know, these weapons. Gone. So verse 8, I considered the horns, and behold, there came up among them another little horn, before whom there were 3 of the first horns plucked up by the roots. And behold, in this horn were eyes like eyes of man, and a mouth speaking great things. And that little horn, which has eyes like a man and a mouth speaking great things, these are the presidents of America, because America came out of those 3 horns, you know. So you had, let me see, you had the little horn, which is America, and one horn that was Great Britain. That's why these 2 are tied and linked, Great Britain and America. And out of this one horn came 3 other horns, which break off. Those were the 3 colonies, which came out of the War of Independence. You have Great Britain versus the French Americans and the Spanish Americans. And then at the end, you had America. You know, this is a piece of history that you can Google and that you can find. You know, that you had the British, how you call it, emancipation or revolt or war. And then you had the French War, and then you had the Spanish War, you know, in America. But this man, as like this horn, with eyes like a man and mouth speaking great lies, they're speaking about America. So let's go to the next scripture, which is in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50. Let me start at 11. And read down till 16. This is Jeremiah 50 verse 11. Because ye were glad, because ye rejoiced, O ye destroyers of mine heritage, because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. So that's speaking about America. You know, America, she is the destroyer of the heritage of Yahweh Shem Yahushai. And who is the heritage of Yahweh Shem Yahushai? That's Zion, the daughter of Zion, which is the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. You know, we are the Most High's heritage. We are the Most High's monument here upon earth. You know, and they destroyed us. America destroyed us, you know, through the transatlantic slave trade. Because ye are grown fat as the heifer at grass, and bellow as bulls. God, America is that great nation, right? You know, the land of opportunity, the land of dreams, you know. But now the tides are turning, because America is not that great land anymore. America, everything is circling down the drain, you see. They're losing their grip. But the British, how you call it, the Britons, they are going to be ashamed of America, because America came out of Britain. And that's this next scripture, Verse 12, your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bore you, Shilakia. Your mother shall be sore confounded, she that bare you shall be ashamed. Behold, the hindermost of the nations shall be a wilderness, a dry land, and a desert. God, so the mother that bore you, that's going to be ashamed. That's Britain, Great Britain. You know, because these presidents in America, if you look at America, it's a land of degenerates, you know. If you look at the presidents, all of them are, walking pieces of dust, you know, dust and ashes, you know. It looks like they're already dead men walking, you see. But they speak great things, these presidents. But they're just a bunch of degenerates, and the Britons are looking at them like, you know, they're feeling ashamed that that's so-called kind of a part of their country, or that was once a colony. Verse 13, because of the wrath of Yahweh, Bahasham Yahushai, it shall not be inhabited, but it shall be wholly desolate. Everyone that goeth by Babylon shall be astonished, and hiss at all her plagues. Gone, because America, that's that great city, you know, that Babylon the Great, that's going to be totally desolate. It's going to be made desolate. How? Through these nuclear missiles, you know, because the Most High put it in the minds of these scientists to create that, because that's his weapon of choice, his weapon of cleansing the earth in these latter days. You know, in the beginning it was with water, and now it's going to be with fire. So, reading on, verse 14, put yourselves in array against Babylon, against America, round about, all ye that bend the bow, which is these nuclear missiles. Shoot at her, spare no arrows. So shoot all the missiles with all the warheads, shoot it upon America, for she had sinned against the Most High. Shout against her round about, she had given her hand, her foundations are fallen, her walls are thrown down, for it is the vengeance of Yahweh. Take vengeance upon her, as she had done, do unto her. Gone, because America, she is intervening in the countries, their way of ruling. You know, America is this busybody, is this whore that sitteth upon many waters, and she goes around bullying all these other countries. You know, that's why the scripture says, as she did unto you, do unto her, because she wasn't dealing righteously with these other nations. Verse 16, cut off the sower from Babylon, and him that handleth the sickle in the time of harvest. For fear of the oppressing sword, they shall turn every one to their people, and they shall flee every one to his own land. God, so the oppressing sword is that military might, you know, that's going to be, let me not say military might, it's, how do you call it? Martial law. When martial law is implemented in America, all these nations, all these people, they're going to flee unto their own land. You see? So they're going to be like, okay, there's nothing here to get anymore here, you know. It's not that land of greatness anymore, the land of dreams. No, man, I need to go to my own country. See? So let's go to the book of Revelations to show you that what Putin said, that there's not going to be a World War III. Nah, he's slightly mistaken, because this is Revelations 9, verse 2, and it reads, Revelation 9, verse 12, Salakia. One woe is past, and woe means destruction, so one destruction has passed, and that's the World War I. And behold, there cometh two woes more hereafter. You see? So these other, because this is the book of John the Revelator, and he was seeing a vision that there was one woe that came, which is World War I. And then after that, two world wars would come after. You know, World War II already passed, and now World War III is brewing up. See? So that what Putin said, that there's not going to be a World War III, yeah, he's mistaken, because he is going to be the one that is going to bring forth that World War III, according to the scriptures, according to what it says in Ezekiel. Ezekiel 38, verse 3 and 4. This is Ezekiel 38, verse 3. And say, thus saith Yahweh, power, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal, and the land of Gog and Magog. That's the land of Russia right now. That's why in the beginning it says, Son of man, set thy face against Gog, the land of Magog, because those were the dwelling places of the Japhetic people. But now the Japhetic people have been pushed down to the let's say eastern part of Europe. That's where they dwell right now. But the land of Russia, that was the land of Gog and Magog. You know, those are two sons of Japhet that ruled there. But in the time of Ezekiel, he set his face toward that land, because that was going to be the land that's going to bring forth that World War III against Esau Edom, which is in America. So reading again, this Ezekiel 38, verse 3. And say, thus saith Yahweh, behold, I am against thee, O Gog, the chief prince of Meshech and Tubal. And I will turn thee back and put hooks in thy jaw, and I will bring thee forth, and all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Most High is going to put, even though Putin, he's like, nah, Putin, Russia, he's like, nah, man, there's not going to be a World War III. You know, he's kind of just defending himself and being peaceful about it. But the Most High is going to put hooks in his jaw and draw him back. You know, if you put a hook in a fish's jaw, then you can draw him out of the water, right? That's how the Most High, he's going to put hooks in Russia's mouth and draw him back. And be like, this is where you need to be. Point all your arrows towards America and make that place desolate. Make it a desert, you know? So that's what the scripture says. So jumping down to verse 10. This is Ezekiel 38, verse 10. Thus saith Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time, Salakia, let me read it again. Ezekiel 38, verse 10. Thus saith Yahweh, it shall also come to pass that at the same time shall things come into thy mind, and thou shalt think an evil thought. Because that's what he was kind of referencing in his interview. He was saying that he's not the one that's going overseas and sailing thousands of kilometers to invade people their homes, to invade people their countries. So this is going to come into his mind. Verse 11, and thou shalt say, I will go up to the land of unwalled villages. I will go to them that are at rest, that dwell safely, all of them dwelling without walls and having neither bars nor gates. God, if you look at America, they're speaking about America. You know, America, the people there in the suburbs, they dwell without walls, they dwell without gates. You know, you see people with the small little white picket fence or no fences at all. Those people dwell safely. You know, they think that they're not going to be spoiled. They think they're the greatest thing that ever happened on the world. You know, they think that they're God's gift to the world. You know, that pride of these Americans, the pride of the Edomites, you know. But Putin, Russia, he's going to have an evil thought, and he's going to go into that land and start to spoil it, you know. Let me read on. This is verse 12. To take a spoil and to take a prey, to turn thine hand upon the desolate places that are now inhabited, and upon the people that are gathered out of the nations, which have gotten cattle and goods that dwell in the midst of the land. God, because America is this grand land of great, how do you call it? I just had it in my mind. Is this land of dreams? Is this grand of opportunity? You know, people, they went there, especially the Elamites and Arabs and Moabites. They went there to increase their money, to increase their riches, to increase their cattle and goods. You know, that's the only reason why they're basically really in America, to plunder it, to catch some crumbs, you know, so that they can send it to their families in their home countries, or that they can benefit from it. But the Most High is going to put it in Russia's mind, Putin's mind, to make that whole place desolate, you know, to spoil it, to make it a prey, to bomb it, you know. So these things are going to come to pass, because he's going to surely make that move. As he said, he's not that country that goes sailing across the ocean to make other people, their lands, desolate, you know. But this is gonna enter his mind. This is Zephaniah 2, verse 15. This is the rejoicing city that dwelleth with Salakia. This is the rejoicing city that dwelt carelessly, that said in her heart, I am, and there is none beside me. How is she become a desolation, a place for beasts to lie down in? Every one that passeth by her shall hiss and wag his hand. God, so this is what's going to happen to America. America is going to be desolate because they are the land that dwells without care, you know, that dwelleth carelessly, dwelleth without walls and gates, you know. But the Most High, he hates a proud look. And that's what these Edomites in America are all about, you know. And even 2/3 of our nation, because they have joined unto Egypt, which Egypt means bondage. They have joined unto these Edomites that have put them in bondage. They like this lifestyle. They are accustomed to it. They don't want to let this custom loose. They don't want to let this system loose, because they have that beast system, you know. And as it says in Revelations 18, this rejoicing city is going to be made desolate within 1 hour. So that's the impending judgment of America and Britain that's going to come by the hand of Russia. You know, that's a prophecy that needs to be fulfilled. So with that, I hope this video is edifying, and I want to say Kal Halal Imla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham Raka Kodash, Shalom Akim.